Schools, Superintendent Jim Graham, and the new Napoleon Middle School Principal, Angela Russell.
Hi, Bart. Thanks for having us.
Welcome to the show.
Hi.
And you are at 21 years as superintendent at Napoleon.
This is my 21st year.
Wow.
Yeah, very proud to say that.
21 years.
Oh, boy. Yeah, thanks. Some days it feels like 2, some days it feels like 21. So we're rolling right along.
That's awesome. Well, congratulations on a great tenure so far. More to come. Angela, a proud product of Napoleon Schools, is now running the middle school. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Your decision to go from teacher to administrator, what was your thought process?
You know, when you're in the classroom, you get to really impact the lives of a small number of kids, and if you go into administration, you kind of broaden that impact, and that was really the reason I wanted to go. Yeah.
Now, at the middle school, you're going to have Jim's son, Carson Graham, in your school. Having the superintendent's son, is that pressure? Do you think he's going to report back at night?
He might, but I think he'll report back good things. You know, I've always thought when you have teachers' kids or administrators' kids, they're kids in our district just like anybody else, and we treat them well, just like we do all the students.
And you actually were a student in the Napoleon School District. You grew up all throughout your entire school career.
I did. Yes, I did. Started there in kindergarten, graduated in 1990. So.
And there really are, Jim, a lot of people on the Napoleon staff that are products of Napoleon.
It is. I mean, when we look around the county, we're probably one of the leaders in that area as far as school districts go. And I've always felt it's important. I mean, that loyalty that you look at amongst your staff always comes back to you. And when we put a longtime Napoleon person in a leadership position, one, they want to stay, and two, they believe in the product because they've stayed.
Yeah.
So it's been a great move, and Angie's going to be along that same line. We're really excited to have her in that position.
Yeah, and your board as well. I think they all are graduates of Napoleon's schools, if not many, including Jeff McLean.
Yep, you're right. And one who just got off, he wasn't a graduate, but he'd been there a long time, was Homer Davis. Homer just had an 87th birthday, and this is the first full year that he's not on our school board. So we've had a lot of continued success with the buy-in that we've had with board members and longtime district employees.
Well, one of the things we're going to do today, we're going to talk about athletics because, well, the former coach, you'd love that. Yep. And I know that's what, when people think of the Pirates, they think of the success they've had in athletics. And our own Jeff Steers sent over some photos from JTV sports department. Already the kids are gearing up, practicing.
Oh boy, if you come out to Napoleon, they're all over the place. We've had outstanding numbers in the weight room all summer long. And Angie, Bart, is actually a volleyball coach as well. So she coaches at the high school this year, volleyball-wise. Her kids went through, were great athletes. Her daughter's a coach, she's a coach. I just want to back up real quick. There's our softball program. Doug Richardson and went over 500 wins last year. You know, again, you talk about longevity, but for a coach to stay that long, to win over 500 games says an awful lot too.
That's awesome.
So I was going to back up real quick. When you talked about Carson being in school, he's a typical boy. You probably remembered my older boy. He was kind of the rule follower. Mm-hmm. This one we're staying on, he follows the rules, but you need to remind him every now and then. And he has a large group of buddies in that same boat. So when Angie comes to see me, it will be good things, but it may be things that Dad goes home and just lets him know that we're following what we're doing, making sure we're on the same track.
Yeah, Carson's in our studio audience today, and I can't believe how much he's grown. I think I saw him last when you were here at the beginning of the last school year, and Carson's going to be a sixth grader at your school. I think I first met Carson at the Trick Dog show at Potter Center.
You did. That was funny. We sat right beside each other, and sure enough, he was just a little guy.
One more athlete in our football preview, Grant Bradley, who is one of the multi-sports stars at Napoleon. You guys, what a great couple of years in football. What's it look like this year?
We have. This year, it'll be interesting. We have a lot of really good skill kids. Our line will be young. And if you followed Napoleon football last year, our line pretty much led us along the way. So it'll be interesting how the line comes together, and if they do, we should have another pretty good year. You talked a little bit about Grant. I could go down, each one of those kids are all great kids you have right there. But Grant is one of those kids that has come along. I've been there, as we said, 20 years. He would be in my top 2 or 3 athletes that we've ever had come through. And we've had a lot of good ones, as you know. But when I say we talk football, he's a great basketball player. He's a great baseball player. Going to go to Michigan to play baseball. But on top of that, he's a great kid. And sometimes that gets lost in the shuffle. And we love to talk sports, and in Napoleon we love sports, but we have a lot of great kids too.
Yeah, and Grant and a lot of his basketball teammates and the girls' basketball team, every year the school puts on the basketball event with Kit Young Bulldogs and raise money, and it's awesome how you guys welcome those kids in and how great you take care of them, and it's a great testament to the great people that are your students.
The character of the kids, it's amazing. It's always amazed me. I'll give you one real quick one. Last year, Carson plays on a 6th grade basketball team that I coached for out to JCC, and we were playing Saturday in a tournament, and my little guys go to the varsity games, and they sit behind the kids, and hey, high five, and they want to be the big boys one day. And it's Saturday morning, 8 o'clock, and I look on the sideline of our game, and I'm coaching his group of kids. Here's the varsity kids from the night before. They played on a Friday night, did their thing with whatever after the game, and they show up at JCC to support the little guys. I never asked them to do that. That's just something, that's the character that a lot of the kids have.
It's cool.
So, yeah.
All right, we're back to school next week?
Next week.
So
Next week.
New principal at the middle school. What are you looking forward to? What changes might there be that students will see?
We're not going to make a ton of changes. I've been in the building long enough to know that there's a lot of good there, so we're not going to change a whole lot. They might see a few little things here and there where I put my own touch on it, but they're going to expect teachers to be ready to greet them and start out the year with getting to know them and getting into some curriculum.
Do you need any staff?
We don't. We just hired a replacement for 6th grade math, which is where I came from. And we did have a long-term sub we needed, and we got that long-term sub in place, so we are ready to roll with our staff.
Any work projects on the physical plant?
Bart, I'm glad you asked. We actually bought Co-America Bank in town, in Napoleon, and we moved the alternative program. I've had Zach Canan in here before to talk about that program.
Oh, he left, by the way. Did you know?
Yeah, I did. I just realized that. I went down there and he was gone. I couldn't believe it. But we got so shook up when he left, we sold. No, we didn't sell it. It's still sitting there. But we did buy Co-America Bank, and we're going to move the program down, so it's now in town. We're really excited about that. The facility is so much nicer. It's going to be a lot cheaper to run. New air conditioning, new roof, new parking lot, all those type things that with the other building was just falling apart. So it'll be a great program. Tom Johns, the athletic director, will be the new man in charge of the program. So we're excited about that. So yeah, a lot of good things going on.
It's nice. It gets really everything all pretty much on one campus or within eyesight.
Right, exactly.
You've got back to school event coming up. Block party.
We do. Angie does have a couple this week.
Yeah, we have 6th grade orientation tomorrow, 6:30 to 7:30, and then we have new students, so students that are new to the district, on Thursday, 6:30 to 7:30. So we have those orientations going on, and then the block party next week.
Our block party is Monday night, and I believe we were the first one in Jackson County to start that, and Lisa Bradley's been huge behind it. Great event. The people talk about it all year long. We're really excited about that. Tom Chapman, you see his name there from Monster Motors, is a great fan in our district, has kids in the district, but he's supplying the hot dogs and the water free of charge, so it's going to be a fun night. Kids are all excited about it.
Yeah, I saw Tom at a graduation party this past summer, and he's a huge high school sports fan.
He is. Yes, he is. Yeah.
And by the way, one of your downtown neighbors, Aggies, is sponsoring the Napoleon Pirates page and section on the jtv.tv website this year. So we thank everyone at Aggies for their support.
We do too, Bart. Scott's been great. The people at Aggies have really supported the district. You know, in a small community like that, you need that type of support, and we have not only Scott and his crew, but then the B&B and that whole situation. We've been blessed to have what we do.
Yeah, great community support among the businesses of beautiful downtown Napoleon, looking better every day.
It is.
So how about in the rest of the district, any positions you still have to fill, Jim?
You know, we are interviewing as we speak right now a position for the alternative program. We have a couple support staff positions, but other than that, we're in a pretty good spot. So we're blessed. When we just had a superintendent meeting and listening to my peers in the county, I know a lot of districts are still scrambling, but we've been pretty lucky so far. So I think we're ready to go.
All right. And we've got another photo, I think, from the middle school, a group of your students.
All right.
So this is at the fair, I believe, right? The fair?
It looks like it. Drew
Usually
Norman's
you know
right in
what's
the
going on
middle,
here?
big smile on his face.
Yeah.
I know you've got some
That's
students.
our that's robotics.
It looks like robotics.
Yeah.
to me.
Oh,
That's
robotics.
team.
Yes.
You know, just to plug our robotics team, Adam Dre at the high school has done a great job. Our high school robotics team went to the Worlds last year. They've been to the Nationals, of course, at the state finals. That has really taken off. It was an area that other schools had started before us, and we kind of come on late on the scene, but we invested heavily into it financially and really had a lot of buy-in from our kids in the program. I think Adam has like 40 or 50 kids involved now, and they've been practicing in the summer like the football kids would. It's been crazy.
Yeah.
So do a great job.
Yeah, we had some of those world-bound robotics students on several weeks ago, so
Yeah.
awesome job. Keep up the great work. Well, we're just days away from the start of school. Are there openings at Napoleon in any of your grades?
We are open. We're a school of choice, so all of our grades are open. We're really looking for kindergartners. You know, kindergartners. It's kind of funny the way that fluctuates, you know, from year to year. But our kindergarten numbers are a tick below where we have been in the past. The rest of the district is solid as can be, but the kindergarten number just happens to be a lower number this year. So if you know of anybody, send them our business card
All right, get them signed up.
and sign them up.
And your history at the district as a student and teacher and administrator, you could have gone anywhere. Why did you decide you wanted to make Napoleon your professional home?
It's my home. It's where I was born and raised. I did my first teaching assignments at Da Vinci in town. I was at the primary building, and I learned a lot there, a lot of good people there, but when this opportunity opened up for me to teach at Napoleon, you know, I jumped at it because it is home. It's, you know, and I've been welcomed back into the fold as if I had never left, so.
Awesome. Well, good luck in your first year
Thank you.
as middle school principal.
Thank you.
And good luck as you start your 22nd year.
Well, actually 21st, I believe.
21st year as superintendent.
Well, thanks, Bart. And if I can, I'd like to plug you. You've been nothing but a great friend of the district. And I see you all around at the athletic events in downtown, and I appreciate everything you've done for Napoleon, so thank you.
Thanks so much. We appreciate the partnership.
Yeah, it's been great.
From Napoleon, Superintendent Jim Graham and new middle school principal Angela Russell. And in the studio audience, Carson Graham. More to come on today's show. Up